What is up, guys, and welcome back. In today's video, I'd like to start discussing Kong Skull Island. More specifically, I'd like to talk about moving forward with 2020's King Kong vs. Godzilla and 2019's Godzilla King of Monsters. So basically, there's one big thing that's pretty substantial as far as the plot will be going for King Kong vs. Godzilla, at least, that is going to have to be fixed soon. And that is the fact that Legendary's Godzilla from 2014 is over 350 feet tall. Legendary's King Kong, however, is only about 100 feet tall, a little over 100, give or take. So with that being said, King Kong is virtually a third of the size of Godzilla. As I'm sure you can guess, that would not prove to be a formidable fight whatsoever, and it wouldn't even be one worth acknowledging because Godzilla would still tower over King Kong. So with that being said, I kind of have my own theory about what is going to happen, and I think it makes sense with everything that's going to be going on in the MonsterVerse. So in 2019, we're going to be getting Godzilla King of the Monsters, or King of All Monsters. I can't remember exactly what it's called. And in that movie, Godzilla is going to be fighting King Ghidorah, and Rodan and Mothra are supposed to make an appearance in the movie. One of the things that I think is going to happen in order to keep this new MonsterVerse going is going to be that this Godzilla as we know it from the 2014 film is going to have to die in the second film. Now, the reason I say that is because of the size difference, and it's mainly because of that. And I don't think that Legendary Pictures would just like upscale King Kong just out of nowhere for the Godzilla vs. King Kong movie. And I think this kind of fits in with the lore a little bit better if they're trying to set it up properly. Like Mothra and Rodan and Godzilla all kind of fight King Ghidorah, and Godzilla somehow has an egg or has an offspring or a little a baby Godzilla, like he does in the, I believe it's called Destroy All Monsters with Minya, and it's on Monster Island, and Godzilla is fighting all of the monsters, and Minya's with the little kid. Anyways, I don't think it'll be staged like that because that was really like, that's not really going to fit in what they're trying to do, because they're trying to take this a little bit more seriously than that was. So with that being said, I do think that the Godzilla as we know it will have to die, and that another Godzilla will take his place and he will be scaled down. That way he kind of fits in. And plus, I mean, having like a 300 foot tall Godzilla is just kind of like overkill in my opinion. I mean, it was cool for the first movie, but there were a lot of scenes where it was like he was bigger than the entire island that they were bombing. So it's like, yeah, it's cool and all, but I mean, it's a bit overkill. So I think that Legendary has kind of learned that lesson from it, and they're going to scale him back, and it'll just fit in a little bit better. That way you don't have to make another King Kong movie. There's already going to be a Godzilla movie on the table ready to come out in 2019, right before the movie that's supposed to release in 2020. So it all kind of pieces together really well. So that's kind of my main theory about that. If you have any idea of how it might fit in, a lot of people have been saying lately that this King Kong is an adolescent, but even at that, I mean, just with like the reality of how primates grow and stuff, I don't imagine that this King Kong would even grow much bigger. And judging by the skulls of its parents from Skull Island that the Skull Crawler scene takes place in, you know, I seriously doubt that would make much of a difference, and I just think it would be better to scale down Godzilla instead of scale up King Kong. With all that being said, guys, if you have any ideas of your own, leave them down in the comments section below. I'm going to keep trying to do some movie coverage and some video game coverage as more news comes out that piques my interest. If you like any of that stuff, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to receive updates. I will see you guys in the next one, so thank you. Bye-bye.